Hey everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a while again, but there's been some kind of bug going around and I was really not feeling well. But I did want to do a review of the long-awaited movie Longlegs, which I saw on the premiere a couple of weeks ago, or the Swedish premiere. And before we continue, there are spoilers. I'm going to be talking about it in detail. So this was your warning, so don't be all butthurt in case I spoil something for you. The previews kind of advertise it as this new age generation of Silence of the Lambs. And I have to say, that's an insult to Silence of the Lambs. I have no idea why people like this movie. I thought it was, once again, garbage. Trust me, I want to like these movies. I really do. I was super excited. I bought the tickets way in advance as soon as they came out. I went with one of my best friends. We were super psyched to see it. And it was just horrible. It was horrible. First of all, it stars Nicolas Cage and Micah Monroe. I think that's her name. I think that's how it's pronounced. Sorry if I got that wrong. And let's just go into her character. If she's supposed to be Clarice Starling, she did everything the opposite of Clarice Starling. She just kind of seemed very spacey and weird, and she kept making mistake after mistake. And you're just kind of like, how did this person, like get vetted into the FBI, because she seems so like not right in the head. And she'll like get messages from Longlegs and like not tell her superiors about it. I mean, she just did some really weird shit. And Nicolas Cage's character, you don't see him very much, but his voice kind of reminded me of like how he spoke in the movie Kick-Ass as Big Daddy. And it was just, I don't know, nowadays, anytime you see anything satanic or occult, people think it's cool and edgy. But it made no sense. There was no real explanations on why, which I like to have some sort of. The only time that didn't work was one of my favorite horror movies was Hereditary, which you don't get all of the answers, but it was an absolutely amazing movie. I mean, it had all the creep factors, it had the shock value, it made me anxious and uneasy. That's what you want when you watch a horror movie. This was just kind of, it tried to get you with the shock value a little bit, with just like a tad of gore. Sorry, gore doesn't do it for me. Some people are like really into that. It just made you kind of wonder like why, and a lot of things were predictable. And yeah, it's like they just slap a Satan sticker on it and expect you to be, like shocked or, horrified. And that's basically what it was. It was Nicolas Cage in a wig with white makeup speaking in Big Daddy. And yeah, it just, me and my best friend just looked at each other at the end of it and we're just like, that's it? Like, is that what we watched? Is that what we, waited all this time for? It was just terrible. It Lots of loose ends, lots of things that made no sense, really predictable, and just dumb. I mean, if this was supposed to be set in like the 70s, I mean, you would assume back in the 70s the cops and everything weren't as knowledgeable, but it wouldn't have been that bad. I mean, it was just truly, if you're expecting a Silence of the Lambs or anything like new and improved or shocking, you're not going to find it here. Unfortunately, yeah, I'd give it like maybe a 2 or a 3 out of 10. And when I like movies, I'll watch them, more than once, 3 times, 4 times, okay, maybe like 8 times if I really like the movie. And I'm one of those people that if I really enjoy a movie, I like to show other people. So you'll have someone over and be like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And even though you've seen it 4 times, you'll be like, "Oh, let's watch it," because you like to show, like you like to see the excitement in the other person. I don't know. Some people aren't like that, but I love doing that. This one I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't show to anyone. It was just not, unless we wanted to have a good laugh. you know, when you like kind of have a couple of drinks and you're like, oh, you want to see this shitty movie, and then that's maybe one of the ones I would put on. It might be your cup of tea, but it just, and I really did stay away. I don't watch the previews. You know, of course, I saw some things if you're scrolling on social media, but I try really hard not to watch previews anymore because I don't like things to be spoiled. I usually go based on directors and actors. If it's like, ooh, that one I want to see because I know this director is usually really good. These actors are really good. And I was kind of like, oh, let's see Nicolas Cage in a new kind of role, you know, where he's like the serial killer. You haven't seen that one before. Not for you, Nicolas Cage. Sorry. I should have known better. I yeah, I was really excited. I wanted it to be good, but it just, yeah, garbage. I don't know. Have you guys seen it? What did you think? And don't be shy. Like if you liked it, please do comment and say why you liked it. Like I'm genuinely curious. I'm not gonna like, you know, trash you in the comments or anything like that. Like, so don't worry. Uh, or if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. I love watching anything, you know, like spooky, serial killer, ghost, anything like that. If you can give me any recommendations, I would love to hear them because I've just been jonesing for a good one, and there hasn't been a good one in the last couple of years, which is unfortunate. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for me. I'd love to hear them.